Hello, welcome to Laura's Painted Minis. I am Laura and we are here today back with the Frost Giant. And we're gonna work some more on the silver. I'd gotten all the gold medal was finished up and got started painting the silver. Now I just only needed to do some highlights. I just need to get this side. And then I'm gonna work on the bake chainmail. There's a lot, but I want to go ahead and get started on that. So I feel like I have a handle on what to do on the other racks. Now that I have this one pretty much done, so just want to get to the chainmail since there's a lot of it. So that way I can at least begin to figure out how this will work on that. A lot of it really is in shadow, but I'll probably just first of all, I have to think. So, for one thing, they definitely went all in, just making it look like it's just different pieces of chainmail welded together, because they got different designs. Trying to think here. Most of this is in shadow. I'm just kind of choosing a point where it seems like maybe there would be reflected light, and then sort of just using the edge of my brush. I think that looks pretty good, actually. This is just the regular paints right now. Since it is in shadow, I'll only do the first metallic color that I have mixed up. I've got toned steel, and then I mixed pearl white with that for a second, like basically a first highlight, and then pearl white being that pure white highlight. I might take that first highlight, just like do a dot maybe here, like I would with NMM. Since this first actual metallic paint color would be kind of like your mid-tone color. And then since I'm not gonna go up higher here, I am just gonna kind of sort of pick out some of the link kinks. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. I think I will just add little touches of that first highlight right down the middle here of this section that I've already pulled or painted. Right. Just keep going around. I guess I feel like going this way, so that's what I will do. Zoom in. And these non-metallic paint colors that I'm using, it's gray liner for that really dark shadow color, and then the second would be the second shadow color, basically, is how I'm using it. You think of it in terms of NMM. That is a couple drops of gray liner mixed in with, I'm using cloudy gray. The Hone Steel, my bottle of Hone Steel is, I think, probably dying. It's not staying together very well. So, and I also probably put a little too much, might have accidentally got a little too much water in it somehow. Okay. So again, we're gonna be in shadow. I guess like all this down here is definitely in shadow. So definitely not gonna be going up to that pure white. There's kind of a definite built-in, I don't know if you can really see it very well. So that'll definitely be a place that's going to be hit with light. Now down here, this is going to be kind of a bit more direct light. And I'm kind of just putting down that second shadow, which is the lighter one, um, in spots, and then I'm using um, I am looking at the actual camera, just not wanting to focus all of a sudden. There we go. And seeing if it looks right, and then kind of fudging it a little bit, bringing back that gray liner. If it looks like maybe I don't have it quite in the right spot, I can use that to basically erase it pretty easily. But also, I've already got this metallic down, so it should already just go ahead and follow bands that are already painted on, assuming it, of course, I got them in the right spot. But I think this kind of helps confirm that I did have the gold in the right spot, because I felt like just focusing on the silver, that looks right to me. Now this is another one that's going to would technically be in shadow. You can tell, just you can't see it at all by standing the mini up. So this is really just kind of putting in that reflected light type shine. He's a big giant, so there's going to be plenty of room for light to reflect off, especially because he's on snow. It will definitely bounce up off of snow. And same for a lot of this upper armor here. So it's more above this gold, I'm going to follow this line up, as opposed to trying to go with over here or over here. There's some of that original color shining through, but I'm not too concerned about it. Let's see. Yeah, it's not quite in direct light. It's kind of the case with pretty much all of the upper part above the belt. Is it's just so close to this that you even get a natural shadow because of how big the mini is. And I wasn't actually paying attention again to that gold, but it's lining right up with kind of where I put a lot of the main gold. So, again, I'll just keep it right here. And someone might disagree with me on what I'm about to say, but I think even if you end up getting your lights in the wrong place with this, like if you at least keep them lined up in the same spots, it's probably gonna look okay. I mean, someone who's got the eye to know where light should fall is probably gonna notice it, but other people maybe not so much. So they might be able to tell that something's not quite right with it, but since if you're consistent with it, where you're having your light fall, the average person might not pick up on that. That's probably going a little bit on the heavy side. Bring some of that regular paint back in. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish this top half instead of going back and forth and back and forth from the top to the bottom half. I'm hoping to that I can get this guy finished, because I mean the metallics are pretty much the last bit to do. On this guy. I'll still have my touching up phase just like I normally do, where I just spend a session, even if it's only ends up taking me a few minutes. I usually make it one whole other session, paint session, to Oh, look at that, and we're back around, and that actually looked just right, how everything played out. Reach this up a little bit more though, up there. Yeah, I like to have a whole separate session just to do what I call touching up and just looking over the mini. This is because I'm not like a super clean painter like some others I've seen. I've just gotten to the point where I've just accepted that and I'm okay with that. And the reason I do it as a whole separate session is just sometimes it's another precaution of mine because sometimes when I get to the end of the mini, I can tend to rush it because I'm just like, I start getting excited about the next mini to start. Or I'm just really tired of the mini and I want to be done. Which then ends up being where I go too fast in finishing it and it doesn't look as good. Right, yeah, I think that looks really good, the way that's turned out. That looks really believable to me that it's got the shinies in the right spot. Don't think I've done the first highlight spots here yet, so I'll go ahead and do that. Then I will go back down to the bottom half to finish that. Oh, I almost forgot about these little shin guards. So we'll have those to do too. Those will also be in silver. I do think it's interesting up here. They went to the lengths of sculpting that to make it look like there's different sheets of chainmail, different designs of chainmail, like basically soldered together, and then down on this bottom, it's all the same. Not sure why they didn't continue that idea, or if it just took them so long to 3D sculpt this upper stuff, and then they needed to finish it quick by the time they got to the bottom skirt. Don't know how much thought like that goes into these WizKid sculpts. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna go much higher with this because this actually is in shadow. Because it kind of actually dips it inward. It's the way it's sculpted. You can see that you can just barely see it, and I'm actually kind of not. This is be more accurate. And technically you can't see this when I actually set it down, but it's also a really big mini. It would be out enough, I think, that it would get those higher highlights. We need to add some natural shadows back in though. Got the time here. Oh, yeah, we're kind of getting right to that 1 hour. That worked out perfectly. We got finished up the one axe with the just highlights that were needed, and we got to finish up the chainmail. I was not sure what to expect on how quickly this would go. Definitely need to redo the leather over here. I think I got a little too wild with base coating, which actually doesn't look too bad since I went with darker leather right there anyway. But yeah, I can tell that's not right. Okay. Well, we're gonna stop there for today. I still have the knee pads, or guards, not knee pads. And then also the silver over here, the axe, and the arm guard over here. And then I'll go back and do these guys in the gold. Same on this, on the other axe. I'll also do that. But I had determined that. I talked about that last week, I think, when I first started doing the metallics. That was something I was thinking about, and I think it works. I just need to paint the silver first for sure. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. This is definitely turning out a lot better than I was expecting, since this is the first time that I've really tried doing shaded metallics. I like kind of the effect it's getting and mixing the mediums a little bit, so to speak. If you are interested in keeping up with what I'm working on from day to day, I do paint most days just off screen. I only do Mondays and Thursdays on with a live stream, because it does take away focus a little bit for to paint on stream. So I like to save some painting sessions that are just me painting. But I like to post the in progress photos as well on my Instagram and Facebook. And then I started doing little time-lapse videos of me like painting like a little small section of something from start to finish, basically. Kind of fallen out of that because I've just been busy the last couple months. Hopefully I'll try to get back into that. It just means that it's just gonna take me a little bit because I need to actually remember to do it And once I can remember to do it and get in a habit, we'll get back to doing that. And so those videos will go up on TikTok and YouTube, and probably also to Instagram and Facebook. The VODs go up on my YouTube, so if there's any VODs from previous weeks that are no longer up on my Twitch channel, you can go to my YouTube and see all of the VODs that I've done there. Monday, we'll be back to the Hellhounds. And I've been marking with the highlight color so that I can tell which ones are done, because I am keeping it very subtle. I don't want them to look like actually blue. I just want that blue tint on the highlights. That also means it's not super obvious when they're done. So I just marked them so I don't forget. And I've got 2 left still that I gotta get highlighted. Right. But yeah, then what will be next, I'll likely get started on the OSL, which is why there's this gray part there. It was kind of sculpted in that there's this kind of chasm here. And which I think is kind of cool. So those will be kind of fiery glow of some sort. And that's what we'll be doing Monday. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off, and I will see you all Monday. Hope y'all have a very good weekend and maybe get some painting done. All right, bye.